You know, I was just sitting here and thinking as I got off work, and you know, I ain't really tapped in a few days, so I did have something to get off my chest though. You know, I was really thinking, I'm like, the more racism doesn't get addressed, and yeah, that's why I'm going with this one. But yeah, the more racism doesn't get addressed, the worse it is next time. It's almost like a virus or a bacteria. You know, if you don't really nip it in the bud and you allow it to linger, it just become even worse down the road. And it's my bad, I got a phone call. It's crazy how I always get a phone call when it really, you know, that energy really be the doggone the adversary, man. But anyway, but yeah. And if you don't nip it in the bud, it just gets worse. And what I mean by that is that, you know, every so often something happen, like a cop kill an innocent black person or a black person or a minority, or a company that run a racist ad that's, you know, has certain things that's offensive in it. And so everybody will make a fuss, but as a whole, you know, us as black people, we do not stick together when it comes to racism. Not on a day-to-day level. And we've been sold this story about how it's in the past and how we living in a new time. And now more than ever, you will hear a black person say to another black person that says something about white racism, and we'll call each other racists because of what we say about, you know, the white structure or the white power. And it's crazy. And it's kind of crazy. Sometimes, yeah, I know people go overboard, I agree, but at what line do we draw where we calling someone racist because they speaking about the truth versus someone that really is just, and I hate to say it, but it is different for black people. It just is, because we're not a part of power structure, but traditionally anyway. So a lot of times it's like we really just coming from a place of truth versus just hating another race because we think we're superior or something like that. That's rare, but all I know is that I know each year, and yeah, Trump, this has a lot to do with Donald Trump's influence. But people are really still holding a lot of prejudice and racism in their hearts on the low, you know, and it's really because it's been politicized, and someone like Trump, he just brings it out of people. And so it's crazy how that, now more than ever, I always seen that he represented that energy, but it took some time for it to really fully reveal itself. And they knew that, but we've definitely reached this head to where I got my eye on stuff, and you know, we all need to have our eye. So I'm just being real with this one. You know, everybody had their own experiences, but I definitely coming from mine. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. Hopefully this made a little bit of sense. I'll probably expound later. Till next time, holla at your boy.